Okay, so I start the morning update today, which is August the 25th. So we had a very nice morning start. First of all, if we look at the at the daily close, which is what we always do when we start the morning, it's important to see where we are on a daily close basis. So this is the last daily close. We had the first close above the 50%, which was important for us. Then we stayed above it, and then we have today a nice push on the upside. We said, and we know we have a strong fuel tank behind us for the upside, a very, very big tank of fuel to go on the upside. We have the symposium this week, Jackson Symposium, and tomorrow the Powell speech, at 2 p.m. GMT, which will be important. I am personally expecting that it won't be very hawkish. I think it will be neutral or a little bit dovish because they have had some red signal from the economy point of view. And the CPI, the inflation looks to be a little bit slower, so there is no reason to rush for more hikes, especially to protect the economy. So that's my point of view. Of course, we can look lower, and for the one that didn't came yet in the updates, we have here the very strong level we are looking at here. So I'm just trying to increase this one and that one here. So those two levels are very important for us. We know we have them. So we know we have those two levels there. So this nice push this morning, and we are now pulling back. So concerning this pullback of this morning, we need to look here. This is not this one, sorry. This is what I posted this morning. So that's what we are working with this morning. So we went up to this area. So this area is very important for us because we have here the weekly 38.2 fib extension, which is the sister fib of this 50% that had been reacting very nicely. So this one is the weekly down ABC. So we could well still look on that ABC down for the 61.8, which is right in the area we are looking since a long time, and that we could see if we look lower. Okay, so we have that. So this morning, right now, we are here. We stopped, and I posted that just before. We stopped right on the weekly open, which is the first level we were looking at this morning. That's where I went short first. I'm not sure on the 15-minute. Yes, I went short here. We had a pullback. I banked some, was stopped at break even. I was swimming when we went up, and I came back. I shorted it again here in this area. No, right on the weekly open, sorry. And now we are, I am short scalp and long from the Tuesday call here. So I'm long from here and short from there on scalping mode. We have in about 40 minutes, we have the IFO, the German IFO, that will be important to look at. Of course, if we have a negative reading, we will look lower, but we can still see some neutral or positive reading. So even if we look lower, that would be great. We will have more opportunities to get long. If not, then we will wait, bank higher, but I'm pretty sure this area will give some pullback when we will get there. So for now, we are pulling back, and we are inside the time channel soon. So I expect this pullback could last probably till 8 GMT. So time channel is starting at 7:30 GMT. And we could pull back till 8 GMT. And in this case, perhaps touch the 61.8, back test the 61.8 of that ABC up. So now we touch the 100% of that ABC up at the same time, which is the ABC up of yesterday. I just show it here in case. So that's the A, the B, and the C. The C is the low of yesterday where we went long. We had nicely long here, a little bit before New York cut and London closed yesterday, London fixed time yesterday. And we saw this big, a nice impulsive move up, which has had a continuation at the end of Asian session today. So it's interesting to look at price action. If we look at price action on a 1 hour chart, I mean, you don't need to be a really long experienced trader to see which are the biggest candle there. And the biggest candle is this one and that one, and they are both bullish candles. So we have seen some impulsive moves, some impulsive start. They have been sold each time, but you see how many candles we need here to recover the push of that one. So here in one hour candle, we did what needed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, blah, blah, blah. We need nearly 1 day to recover 1 hour. So that tells us a lot about the potential, and we have been speaking about this potential many, many times here. So we know we have a strong fuel tank behind us in this area and lower that will push the Euro USD much higher as I expect. Okay, so that's where we are. On the downside, I posted this 15-minute chart a little bit earlier. Waiting room, where is okay, sorry, I needed some time to accept the people in the waiting room, but that's for some safety reasons. So anyway, if you didn't get the beginning, it's recorded, so I will put the recording later. So what we are looking at now is those levels here, which can give some support. You see, we had a bounce here on the first support on the downside. I am expecting lower. I didn't add there because there was even no 5-minute setup when we get there. So there was no reason for me, no real reason for me to get long here. I could have just because of the support, but I was too busy and I could not do it. Even on the 3-minute, there was no signal. So it was not enough for me to get long, and so I missed this little bounce here, but I'm short from there and long from the bottom, so that's okay. So the next level are those one. I'm still expecting for the next week and days, whatever happened with the Jackson Symposium, I'm still expecting more upside on the Euro USD and more weakness. Not weakness, but less strength to be correct on the words with USD. So I still think the sooner or later the USD economy, the US economy will have to face a recession, just like European will have to face a recession, probably end of 2022, probably beginning of 2023, but that will affect a lot economies. The European euro has been already very, very attacked with the war. US has been very, very overbought with the war as safe haven currency, even if that's for me completely ununderstandable. But I don't buy dollars as a safe haven. But anyway, so that's personal view. So I think, and I'm convinced, and the technical are saying the same, that the USD will lose a lot of his upside stream and will pull back hardly very, very soon. So concerning the technicals, let's go to the technicals because we have not looked at them today. So the first thing I will change screen now to go to technicals. Okay, screen 4, sharing. So here, this is something I'm just starting to look at really closely, but this one is telling me this crossover that we have on this daily candle. So it's only this daily candle. So this crossover usually, as you see here, is telling us we have an upside move starting. So each time we have had an upside move starting. But in this case, we have much more things. We have on the price 6, which is there. No, it's here. We have a daily dynamic divergence, which is very bullish signal inside the big monthly long signal. I show it to you here. This is a huge monthly long signal on the price 6. So whenever we have a confluence of long signal inside that big monthly signal, the big monthly signal is offering 1,000 to 5,000 pips generally. So that's something really very strong. So, but we need to ride it in the right way. So not like crazy holding shorts, holding reds, but we want to enter when it's good. So we gauge the right time to enter when we have the confluence of 5 and 15 minute signal. And generally we like to have the 1 hour and the 4 hour ideally, as we did in the past days. So if we look at this one here, so this one, I have everything monthly, weekly, daily, blah, blah, blah. So you can look at this one. You see the monthly is absolutely crazily low. The weekly is in between. The daily has a divergence as well as a dynamic indicator. We had yesterday and the last time on Tuesday when we took the long, it was not Tuesday, it was, yes, it was Tuesday. And this was, it was not Tuesday. Well, we had some 4 hours very low reading, 1 hour low reading that was I think that's Tuesday, right? This is a Tuesday call. And now we are on the upside. So that's why I called for a short. And at the same time, we had a little bit of push on this one. If we look at the 7 period here, which is a little bit more faster, let's just say faster. So we see the 1 hour there is ready too. And that's something that's one of the reasons I get short this morning, because there was a confluence of indication there together with the price 6 here, that was telling me we'll have a pullback, and we had some good reasons to do so. At the same time, when I went short this morning, we will look now at the other chart, which is the Dixie chart. Let me change it for you. So we go to the Dixie chart. Blah, 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 my Dixie chart, it's this one, okay. So we go to this Dixie chart now. So what, this is a Euro USD, I have 1 Euro USD in the Dixie. Let me know if you are well looking at the Dixie now. I'm not sure, don't see GT. What you don't see? 1, 2, 3. Oh, they put me the number today. Oh, that's nice. That will help me. So, yes, I have not clicked. Wait 1 second. Okay. So now you see, you should see the Dixie. Is it okay now? Please confirm. Okay, great, fantastic. So this is the Dixie chart. And this morning, the first short Euro USD I took, and that's why I put this annotation there. If we look on the 15-minute chart, it was a confluence of some resistances on the Euro USD, some small setup. There was a small setup, and this 38.2 inside fib. That's something I teach in the mentoring, those inside fib. Then the second one was on a weekly open. There is no weekly open here, so let me check where it is on the Dixie. I will add it here. Look, so we went even through the weekly open on the DXY, and now we are bouncing on the DXY, of course, and pulling back on the Euro USD. So that's where we are. Concerning the daily close on the DXY, we need to look at that too. We have not checked the daily close on DXY, which is very important for us. So we see yesterday we have confirmed an open and close. This was open above and close under the 61.8 fib. Now we open and close under the 61.8 fib, posting for now, of course, a nice bearish candle that can look much lower, of course, as we expect. So we are still inside some support, daily support resistances. You see we have here this daily okay, so we have here this daily support, double support and resistance, double support resistance here, so it's important. So we need to see some follow through on the downside, and the target would be here this 88.6 fib, which is very important, and there we will see a bounce for sure. We will see some buyers there, unless it happens inside the big event like tomorrow, with Powell being very hawkish USD, which I don't expect, but what I expect is not what's happening always, of course. So unless we have a very hawkish and then we fly, or a very dovish, which is possible, and that's, or not hawkish at all and little bit dovish, and in this case we could break through that, and then we have this all-time fib, you see here, the 38.2, which is another very important one where we have been struggling, but we will update before that. Tomorrow update will be important because we will see where we will close today, and we will see what happened after the German IFO, which is, just remembering you, we have the German IFO in about 25 minutes. So concerning the daily close and the close here, we are okay. We have, as usually, after breaking this daily trend line here, we came back, we retested it, and now we are pulling back from it. Normally, this pullback should be deeper, and if not, if we would come higher and retest new highs, the important one I'm looking at is this one-to-one extension here, because it's the extension of those green multi-year ABC down. Let me show you this one for the one that do not remember what is this big ABC. So it's a monthly, sorry, quarterly ABC up, and the black is the yearly ABC up. Okay, so this quarterly ABC up that has been controlling the price very nicely, we never touched really the 100%. We stopped a little bit before on the quarterly order block that I explained in the previous video. If you didn't saw that, you can look at them. They are in the YouTube channel. So this is the quarterly order block cube here. And you see that's where we stopped last time. So and that's why we stopped, because there is this quarterly order block. So normally we should have tagged this one-to-one extension there, but we didn't. So it's something we need to keep in mind in case, which is still possible. There's many are asking me, do you think we have a low in place on Euro USD and high in place on DXY? We have a lot of probability to see it now or very, very soon. That's what I know. Now, if this one is if the previous high is the one here, it's very possible. But we could still see another little push, taking all stops of weak stops short here and long Euro USD like we are. So we could see another push and take that off before resuming lower. But what is sure is the downside has much more potential than the upside on the USD, of course. And that's why I am long Euro USD, because of course, Euro has been very, very, very underpriced and oversold with the war. Okay, and it didn't recover from that. So of course, the economical action of the war in Europe will have some consequences, but not only there. And that's what many people forget. I mean, the economy and the recession will not touch only Europe, it will touch everybody. And the countries that has more percentage of consumer spending in their GDP will be more affected, and that's the case of the US, because the US GDP is made of 70% of people spending, which is not the case of the European or other that are lower. So the highest is this percentage, of course, the highest is the impact of the recession on the GDP. So that's what I'm looking at and what I'm eyeing, and that's why I'm looking closely on the sentiments and some reading we have seen in the last weeks and days. Okay, so that's all concerning the Dixie. We go back to the euro now. So that's very nice. I have the number now on my screen, and on my 5 screen, I can see them. So now, please confirm you should be back with the Euro USD chart. So if you can just post a yes or something, that would help me to make sure you see. Okay, very good. Thank you, Jonathan. So we see where we are now, just for the last piece of live update. Remember, we have the IFO in 20 minutes. So we are now right on the 78.6, 76.40 area of that ABC up that I mentioned yesterday. I showed this as a target yesterday, and those one as a target in day before yesterday video update. So that's exactly where we are. We can break lower. If IFO is not very positive or a little bit negative, we will break lower, and still looking for a bounce on the next level when we will get a setup. So of course, I will post some information about setups. With the chart, you have the levels. So then when you know the setups is getting ready, and you can use your own tools if you don't use our tools, of course. If you never did mentoring, you don't have them anyway, some of them, but you can use any tools you trust and and get ready for the support and resistances when we are seeing some setup are getting built. So that's all for this morning, unless you would have some questions. And if you have some questions, just let me know, and I will answer before ending this this meeting. Okay, I will take off this one. Okay, so it looks like there is no question this morning. So we keep with what I have here. I will post this recording very soon, and I wish you a great trading day. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.